Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk, not Yankee Talk. I just started another channel called Yankee Talk. So I do post games after every game. By the way, the Yanks won today, 4-2. Garrett Cole pitched another great game. I'm not going to go. If you want to hear more about this, go to my channel, Yankee Talk. So getting right into this, Joe Rogan. Let's see here. I just finished up the one with Michael. A little behind on his podcast, but that Michael Schellenberger, let me get his name here. Yeah, Michael Schellenberger. So some of it I liked. Some of it I agree with him. Most of it not. This guy sounds like a guy who got his bum hurt. Like he sounds like a lefty guy. Like, well, let me just play a little bit more.
A caliber of Matt Taibbi or Glenn Greenwald could post, and millions of people could read their stuff, and it could make international news. Just like a Washington Post article, just like a Boston Globe article.
Well, they're envious too, right?
Of course,
they're envious.
Here you have to you go to work. I mean, if you work at one of those traditional news outlets, you go to work every day. You're not able to publish and write. You write something, the editors sit on it. My friend Nellie Bowles, who's married to Barry Weiss, when she was at the New York Times, you'd write a story and then you'd argue with editors for weeks, and then maybe they'd publish a thing that was like half its original length and has been completely wokified. So they don't have.
Let me pause it. I kind of like the guy. Don't get me wrong; he's definitely educated, very articulate. But it sounds like sour grapes. Like he's always saying like, oh, they're so snobby. Like Renee DiResta. Renee DiResta was a guest on Joe Rogan, by the way. And now they're turning on her. Like they're calling her like the censorship committee, Renee DiResta. Let me just give you a little background. So this guy, Michael Schellenberger, Matt Taibbi, and Barry Weiss are all involved with the so-called Twitter files. So basically, they're stating that all the Democratic Party was pumping in money and they were censoring right-wingers. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And it's absolute bullshit, quite frankly. But, Rogan seems to be completely captured. Which is, by the way, the title of this video. Let me just preface this by saying, I still like Joe a lot. He has a lot of really good qualities. Most of this channel, not most, but a lot of it's devoted to his podcast. When I first started listening to him in 2009, by the way, I found out about him from UFC, right? I'm an MMA guy. I used to train at Matt Serra's gym, and Matt and sort of Joe Rogan were kind of friends, and, whatever. But, and I used to love the guy. We all did. He thought he was like the coolest guy, like a real mensch. And since COVID, he's just turned into this right-wing monster, he was kind of going that way a little before, but especially after the horse dewormer. He talks about it, the CNN, the whole story, just to refresh your memory, if you don't know, listen to Rogan. He talks about it still every day. 2 years ago, Joe Rogan got COVID. He posted on Twitter that he was going to, he's going to take, just got COVID. I'm, hanging in there. I'm going to take ivermectin. And he wasn't vaccinated. So they fucking pummeled him. And I said, even then, that was unfair. They unfairly pummeled him. Basically, it's a long, complicated story. It's basically, we were concerned about vaccine hesitancy. So here a guy who's got this very powerful platform, and we're trying to get everyone, we're trying to get everyone on the same page, right? So we're trying to, this herd immunity, excuse me, herd immunity. I can't even talk today. So that's the reason why they sort of went after him. But dude, let it go. All right. So, is your skin that thin? Like, dude, aren't you like a UFC cage fighter? Aren't you supposed to be like this manly man, dude? I don't know. He's. It's just so disappointing. Like his politics, it's unlistenable. And I still make it a point to listen to every podcast, every minute of every podcast. And a lot of it's great. Like this, and I love the UFC. I love most of the UFC, the MMA shows. All the guys are fucking awesome. Love them. There were a couple I don't like. Jorge Masvidal. I'm not a fan of Masvidal. I think he's a punk. Big Trump guy. You know, fucking asshole. He really is a punk. But anyway, I still have respect for him. He's definitely a tough guy, very talented, and all that. So let me just sum up by saying Joe is always saying that the left, like he always uses the phrase ideologically captured. And Joe Rogan is the quintessential example of someone who's ideologically captured by the right. You know, it's like it's almost unlistenable. Like even my wife is saying, like, are you still listening to that asshole? And I have to go, no, he's not an asshole. He's got a lot of good qualities. I listened to the exercise stuff. By the way, I got it. A lot of it was health and fitness. Like they were attacking Rogan during the COVID. Can't deny the fact that he's fucking fit. You know, he's close to my age, and you know, he's big, strong guy. I mean, he's tiny. He's only like 5'5", 5'6". By the way, I'll digress here. You go on Reddit. 2 things that bother Joe. A lot of things bother Joe, but especially his height and the steroid thing. And by the way, Joe's very open about his taking. He doesn't take steroids. It's TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And he talks about it openly, which is cool. And that's Joe. He's a really cool guy that way. Another great thing about Joe, he's no ego. Like, none of that ego shit. And you gotta love him for that. And he's a mensch. He really is legit a tough guy. You know, like if you're in a foxhole, you want a guy like Joe Rogan there. And he's very loyal to his friends. So I'm saying a lot of good things about him. I'm just very sad and disappointed that his podcast is almost unlistenable. Like, he's so fucking annoying. Like, just tiresome. And then he repeats his stories over and over. And by the way, he's not that fun. I think he's funny on the podcast, but his stand-up, I'm not going to say it's terrible. Like some people on Reddit say it's awful. It's okay. It's not really my thing. Like a lot of the stuff he does on his podcast, he'll kind of do in stand-up, incorporate. He practices kind of on his podcast, like these long rants or whatever. It's okay, but it's not, I don't think that's a strong suit to stand-up. It's kind of cringy. You know, you see on Reddit one of his bits where he's humping a chair. Really, it's fucking cringe. Ooh, like, why are you doing this? So that hurts his feelings. So there you go. More to come. I'm freezing. I'm going to cut this short. Still love Joe Rogan, but becoming unlistenable, ideologically captured. I think he's gone. And the Yanks win. If you're interested, go to my channel, Yankee Talk. All right. Gleyber Torres is tearing it up, stealing bases. You know, he's batting over 400. He's just the hottest guy in the team, and obviously Garrett Cole. All right, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.